Hello. So, back to the disk drive exploration. And here comes Sheldon. Hi, Sheldon. No, Sheldon, this is not really a good time. It's not. I know. No, we really don't have a spot for you here yet. So back to the disk drive exploration. I am not going to put and record the screen because there's really nothing to see. What I think I'm going to do, even though I'm not sure I really want to go to the trouble, I think I am going to even though I am almost sure what the results will be, I think I am going to take the board that does not work, or at least I think it does not work, and put the chips in that I took out of the good drive just to see. So here is actually all the chips from the drive that did not work in the board from the drive I was testing with. And here is the unpopulated board. There's a couple little, I don't know, dirt things underneath, but it looks pretty fine. I don't see any broken connections. Everything looks alright. I think there's a little dirt here, but nothing that hurts anything. But anyway, just because a mystery is a mystery is a mystery. And I suppose because I don't like just giving up. Alright, I'm going to put a couple of screws into this board. And plug in all the connectors. Maybe I won't plug the connectors in yet. Maybe I will take the chips, look at them carefully, checking the witness mark. No, that's, where's the 6502? Okay, 6502, looks good, looks happy, looks dandy. Here is a 6522. Looks happy. Ooh, that didn't feel right. I believe we have caught capacitor. No harm. I think. I hope. So, how's that look? Looks good. So remember, these are all the good chips. That came out of the other board, okay? We're good. So we have two 6502s installed. And now we're going to go for the ROMs. Okay. And the last one. Looking good. Feeling good. They're all in the right way. The witness marks are happy. Nothing has been hurt. So now here comes the time. Oh, we do not have the connectors connected. Here comes the time to plug in all the connectors and all the power. So that's in, that's in, that's in. Everything's fine. So remember when we first tried this board with the chips that were originally in it, it turned on, there was no lights, there was no anything, and the drive just spun. So now, here is the same board. All the primary important chips that are in sockets have been changed, and there's no reason to think that anything will have changed except that of course all the chips have been reset. So I'm going to turn this on, and you know what's going to happen? There's going to be no lights, and the drive is going to spin. And I really didn't need to do this to figure that out, but it is a mystery. So, here we go. So look at that. The drive spins. There are no lights. Now the other thing I did not do before so much was to give it the finger test. And just see if any chip obviously gets super crazy hot, especially quickly. Or sometimes cold, if they don't heat up at all. That too is not a good sign. So, nothing seems to be getting particularly hot, particularly cold. So, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to pull the power connector ever so carefully. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to rescue the good chips. I'm going to start with the hardest one, which is the 6522, next to a chip that has that is not in a socket. Being very careful not to hurt the chip or anything else. Not bad. So this is a 6522. And they do, it's funny, they've not been in there more than a few minutes. But the sockets, they like to hold them tight. 6522. Now, if anybody out there has any glorious suggestions about what I might do, please send me a message. But as you know, this whole expedition was to figure out how many 1541s I might have. Thank you, Carl Hilden. It's not like I'm not going to have a disk drive to use. I just have one that didn't work, but still doesn't work. But I was able to sort out and harvest 5 working chips. So we'll take out the screws. And take out the board. Just have one more look around. So who knows, at some point this may come back. We might have a look at it. Whew. But right now, I will find a place to put it with, I suppose, the, not the junk, because nothing is junk. Anyway, I would like to think that I will remember what happened here, and it is possible. I'm going to put this over here with some other things that are, well, either, well, maybe broken. So, here we have. This was the disk drive that was not working. And now I know how to make it work. But at this moment, I know this needs a new board on it, or a replacement board. And over here, we have the drive. That was the donor. So I suppose what I will do, let's put this down here. And find the board that was in here. And as they say, I will button it back up. Or perhaps, you know what, there may be other drives to look at. I'm sure there are. So I think I will button it up enough. Whatever that means. It is just as well not to tighten the screws too tight when you first put them in, because you got to get everything to line up just so. I will put one in the side. Now, of course, what do I end up with here? I have some chips that I can use to test, but I also end up with an extra set of screws. 7 of them to be exact. So, I will put them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should leave me with 4 there and 3 there. And because I do not want to forget what these are, I will mark them. $15.41. I will call them board screws. I will say there are 7. Why? Because there are 7. So, as I said, I may be looking at more drives, so I really don't want to put this all back together. But I will connect it all back up. Wait a moment. And yes, I will turn it on. And see what up. Make sure this is still happy. Because I suppose in the long run, I want to do no harm. So, here we have the original drive that was working. We'll turn it on. The drive flashes. Our blank disk is in the other drive. We'll put it in here. And we'll run. So, summarize, I had a disk drive that worked. I had a disk drive that did not work. Not much has changed. But I do know that I now have some extra screws. I have 5 good chips. I have a 1541 that doesn't work, but I know how to make it work. I just have to stick another board with it. Because I'm sure somewhere along the way I will find a drive mechanism that does not work, or something of that nature. I suspect. So, I will, I think, go back to the basement, see what I can find, and we will meet again.